Hey, I gotta stop this here, man. Oh no, it's still going. Yeah, it popped up. Talking about how my camera might be crapping out, and sure enough, when I started recording on this one, it popped up some little weird message. It's recording though. It says it is and shows it counting. So. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Got a lot on my mind. I've been really stressing out the last few weeks. I knew a few weeks ago when I started really stressing more than average, I knew that I was coming close to a year of being out of work. And God said He'd provide, and He did. I made it through the winter. And I know He'll keep providing now. I just don't like this moment to moment providing kind of stuff, you know. I don't know. Just very stressful. I've sown a lot of good seed. I don't mean to sound conceited or like some spoiled brat or something. Like, well, when am I going to get mine? But that's kind of how I feel. When am I going to get mine? Oh, I have though. You know, I mean, I'm not a fathead. I'm a really good man. Oh. Glad it ain't winter though. I can deal with the heat, even though the heat beats you up too. I can deal with the heat. Cold, you can't. Cold, you freeze to death unless you got a diesel heater going, or my diesel heater. For me, anyway, that's what I got to have going, or heat of some sort. But in this case, it's a diesel heater, and it kept going through the winter, so that's good. But you know, I'm getting older, and it's just hard to keep up on all this stuff, you know. And even though I'm super smart, you know, I'm hoping that Max Air fan that quit on me this morning, I'm hoping it's just a fuse. I still got to take down the frame shroud or whatever thing to get to the wiring, to pull that down to get to the inline fuse, and hopefully that's what's burnt out, and hopefully I can change it and it'll be back up and running. That's what it seems like, because it seems like it has no power. If it's not the fuse, then the next thing, if it's got power going through the lines and it's not the fuse, then it might be the circuit board. And if it's a circuit board, I can't afford one of those right now. Can't afford a new Max Air fan either. Those are like $300 or something. So I'll just have to deal with it, you know, the way it is. If it ain't the fuse. You know, I'm smart and I know how to fix all this stuff. And even if it's a circuit board, I might be able to trace, you know, whether it's a resistor on the board or and I might be able to solder it and make a jump. I might even be able to, like if a resistor fried out, I might even be able to make, out of some bread twisty stuff, I might be able to make a resistor jumper. I've done it before, and then solder it into the board. You know, so. But I don't know, I'm just too burning out, I don't know. I don't want to keep fighting and turning wrenches and fixing stuff. It's a good skill to have, because when you don't got money, it's nice that I'm thankful that I'm blessed to have the ingenuity of how to take whatever I've got and figure out a way to fix it or make it work, you know. Done that so much through all the years of my life with a lot of stuff that I've just had to patch stuff together and make it work. But I'm so done with it. Uh, so the good Lord needs to really sock me pretty good with a big blessing. I need it. I mean, I'll still survive no matter what, but you know, for how I interact with people, crowds, strangers, it's important for me to be flowing and not have to be dragged out on all this other crap. Because I promise you, I definitely make the world a better place. And that's not being conceited. That's just plain old truth. But I am pretty dang good. No? See, now there's this smile-alecky fun side of me. Oh, but as much as I'm laughing and joking, it's just who I am in my nature. But I am still feeling pretty whooped over it all. You know, if to deal with, I mean, I really got screwed. I've really been screwed with my mom's estate deal and my brother taking everything when he ain't been around for 40 years or whatever. And I did it all. I did everything. I helped buy the house. I helped renovate it, build parking pads, cut trails, put in new floors. I turned that $190,000 house into a $400 and some thousand dollar house that it sold for. Wasn't not none of my brothers were, not one little morsel. I had to put in all new, brand new, fancy lighting. I got video and pictures of it all the work I've did on it. And one of my friends told me sweat equity is another lawsuit that I could probably do with that. But I don't want a lawsuit stuff. It shouldn't even been this way. But here I am 4 years later. He stole my whole house, everything, took everything. God, it sucks, but. But at least, thankfully, I got this camper. You know, been quite a journey to have something like that happen to you. You know, have everything taken from you. It doesn't even make sense with the court ruling him as PR and stuff. Just not my mom's side of the family just bewildered. They can't believe it either. They're all just in shock. So am I. Still, can you tell? Look at my eyes. I'm shocked. If I don't look shocked enough, maybe I'll have to take this camera and go find a light socket or something, stick my finger in, and then I'll look shocked, huh? Oh, see, I'm just talking about some real serious stuff that's got me down and beat up a little bit, and there you see the humor in me when things are tough. I always, that's what I do everywhere I go, even with people that are having rough times, you know. I'm glad I've been fortunate enough to have those gifts from the Lord and been able to change thousands, I don't know how many thousands of people's lives that have changed through the years. But it's thousands, it ain't just a couple. That's for sure. Heck, I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds when I used to go roller skating all the time, and then became a skate guard and all that kind of stuff too, and would teach people, kids, how to different skating and stuff. And back then I had a phone number list of over 2,000 people, and I still had that phone number list, and I try to keep it updated every year. I'd rotate through different people that I hadn't talked to in so many years and call them on Thanksgiving or something, be like, gobble, 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 happy Thanksgiving, you know, or try to track them down and update their numbers. But, well, that got taken with all that stuff. as much as I have faith in the Lord and that, sometimes, there's that little part of me that asks Him, how and why? I don't know, but I know there's got to be a reason. Got to be a reason for it. I remember telling one of my coworker supervisors at the Foundry one time, because I could just see him hurting for all the stuff I'd been going through, and then more stuff kept happening. The whole time I worked at the Foundry, I had, it wasn't just with my mom. I've just had really close people to me, super, super close, family members and stuff, just dropping, which is natural. A lot of people go through that, especially once you get up closer to my age or older. Everybody, their statistics go higher. You're going to start losing people, and stuff. But it's been tough, and losing the people, no matter what, I could deal with that, but to have all this other crap happen to me, that it was just evil. Ugh. Can't believe I got 3 dark siblings, that one biological and 2 stepsisters that were my sisters. I grew up with them. I love them. Love my brother too, even though he's just rotten and dark. I don't want nothing to do with him. I can't be around him. At some point, I'm going to make a video about all the details of the darkness, just to get it out there before I kick the bucket, hopefully. So, because if I share all that, I'm trying not to, because I keep praying that the legal stuff will go through. But I might never see a penny. I had everything taken from me, everything. Lost 2 storage units too. That the little bit I had left, which was quite a bit. I had a Jeep and a motorcycle, and for the 2 big main vehicles, then I don't know, just a lot, thousands and thousands of dollars and stuff. So basically, throughout this whole deal, I'm probably out $150, maybe $200,000 stolen from me from her brother, with the value of everything, or more, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. Because I would, before, I'd just say 100, 125, but that was just with the estate. Because the house sold for over $200,000 profit. But he also had a race car trailer that had my whole house from West St. Paul in it, that had my whole DJ business, all that equipment, music, my multi-$1,000 cool custom-made office table that lit up and all kinds of cool stuff, and then new fridge, all kinds of stuff in there. Guys, just the list goes on. Every now and then I'll think about something I had, and then I'll remember where it was, and remember where it went, and it'll kind of bite me a little bit, but I let go of it all, because like right before I lost the storage units and stuff, I told God, if that's what you want, is for me to lighten my load, because you're sending me on a different mission, I'll accept it. It ain't gonna be easy. I already lost so much before that I lost the storage units. That was just an extra kick in the chops kind of a deal. But ain't much more I can lose. I hope I don't lose no more. I mean, this is what I got right here. This camper and what's in it. So I don't know. Well, that's what I started saying about my supervisor guy. The founder, he'd seen me going through so much with all this stuff. My brain's wandering all over thinking about it all. And I'm just getting it out. I could see it in his eyes. He was hurting so bad for me. Because just wallop after wallop keeps nailing me. And even though I'd only known him a little while from working at the foundry, is where I met him. I bonded with so many people there. They really cared about me. So when I hurt, they hurt, And He just looked at me like lost for words. And I could feel his heart hurting for me the way he was looking at me. I said, well, Raul, I said, I can't keep being bad forever. I said, it's got to get good at some point, right? It's got to. It's got to get better. God ain't going to allow that to keep going on forever. But I said that over a year ago. And here I am, and it's still getting kind of whooped on. Been a really tough 4 years. Toughest 4 years in my life so far. But somehow, I ain't giving up hope or faith. It's going to happen. I'm very frustrated that it hasn't happened already. So, I don't know. We'll see where it's going to go. I'm going to stop this video and maybe make one more. And then, I don't know. As you can tell, I'm in pretty deep thought as I'm talking here. Thank you for watching. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.